All right, day 2 of 3 on the tie back job. I got these finished up on this side. It's looking pretty good so far. Again, my biggest concern now at this point is just water coming in here. But it hasn't rained the past couple of days. It's not going to rain for a few more days, so probably no way knowing, especially until we get a good hard rain. But I'm less worried about this side for now because of the patio that covers it. On the other side, kind of keeps it pretty dry, I think. Although again, I still have this efflorescence coming through the wall, so you know there's something there. But the other side I'm a little bit more concerned with. I'll show you why here in a second. So they got all 5 of these busted out. 4 of them have the tie backs pushed in. They've got a couple of them sealed up a little bit. There's 1 more to push the tie back in. Again, not hitting any rock, which is a good thing. They're all going about the same depths, 12, 13 feet, something like that. A couple things that's happened. These 3 over here, which is underneath where the old deck was that I just ripped out, have gravel behind them. Backfill against the wall basically is gravel, whereas all the other ones have had just dirt, just clay, as you can see there. Which generally speaking, having something like gravel is much better for backfill. It drains better, it doesn't compact and all that as much as clay does. But in this situation, it's a little bit of a bad thing because once they cut these holes in here, the gravel just starts rolling out. And you can see how much they've got over here. Almost 2 big trash cans full. Plus more on the floor and everything else. So that's just out of these 3. So it wasn't a huge problem as far as putting the tie backs in. They just keep shoveling out till it stops falling and they run the tie back in. The problem is now there's a big void up inside there where all the gravel fell down. Now what you can see, and I'm estimating there's probably about a foot or 2 of, well, I was thinking it was like sand basically from what I can see on the outside. Above that, that's not gravel. And my concern there is, down the road I'm gonna be pouring concrete pad in there. It's going to connect into the existing patio, and as you can imagine, now there's these voids in here that won't be filled back up as part of this process. So it's almost like bridging from here and then to there and into there. It'd be 2 or 3 big holes in there. So there's a chance, if I just don't even mess with it, that those bridges of dirt can hold up the patio on this side, but there's also a chance that over time it washes out or collapses. So I probably need to do something about it, which I don't think it's gonna be too hard to do much about because I've already got the tractor here. I'm already working on the outside, as you might have seen in some other videos. All I gotta do is just take that backhoe and finish digging this out. So on the top side, I'll end up digging down until I find that tie back. I'll actually see the top of the tie back right here and just dig out that spot, make a little hole basically. Then when I bring in gravel to fill all that in, which is gonna happen anyway, I need to raise that level up for the patio. I'll just dump more gravel down in here. It'll kind of fall down and be up against the back of the plate and the brick over here and support that patio on the outside. So, I think I got a solution there. I don't think it's a huge deal, but going kind of back to where I was back in January, February, trying to make the decision on, do I want to try to tackle this now or after the garage build? Again, the cost side is a big factor in the equation. And part of me was like, if I have a problem with this, it's going to be a lot easier to deal with now than after the garage is here. And I didn't know what that meant, in terms of maybe they hit rock. I got to dig all this out and put better backfill in or something and be my only option left if they can't get tiebacks in here. So that was my main concern, but I didn't really think of this exactly. But again, I just didn't know what this process might hold. And wanted to have as many options as possible. So that's why I just said, let's go for it. Let's get on the list. Let's get it done with enough time before the garage starts that I can do something about it if this process doesn't work. And so I'm kind of glad I did that because now it's gonna be a lot easier to deal with this than it would be after I had the patio in there. Had the patio in there and all this started come crumbling down. All I can do is just hope for the best and see if the patio falls. And then if it does, if it starts sinking on this one side or cracking, then I'll have to dig it back out again, pour new concrete and all that. So I'm hoping that this is actually a smart move, that by doing this ahead of time, it gives me some more options to address problems like this. So that's good. The only bad thing here I've noticed is that these 2 tiebacks actually go up at a little bit of an angle instead of down like they're supposed to. The other 2 are almost level, maybe a little bit downward. I think they're supposed to go down about 15 degrees, but I think what happened here is they were stuck with this wall. For the machine, it was just in the way, and they couldn't get a real good angle at it. Like this was hitting that. You can see a little mark there. And I think they just did the best they could. I did some calculations. I think it's still, the end of it's probably still pretty far down in the dirt, but I think you're better off going downward angle with it. But yeah, I think it'll show itself if they can't put the pressure on it. When they tighten it down, it starts pulling through maybe loose soil higher up or something. I'm not sure. But that's the only problem I've really seen on their end. I wasn't super thrilled about. But again, the rock isn't their problem. That's just the way it was. And it could have been sand. You know, it could have been sand rolling out of there the whole time. They said they've seen this pretty often. So not a huge problem. Again, something I can deal with as I'm outside working, which I'm actually be doing this afternoon, pushing some more dirt around. And I don't think, who knows, I may end up cutting some of that out with the backhoe and seeing what I'm getting into there. But anyway, we'll see how the day goes. I just got one more to put in. Finish cleaning these up, put the plates on them, clean up the house and stuff. I'm pretty sure they'll be done today, so which is day 3 this morning.